A volunteer organisation assisting in the rebuild of Australia's fire-affected areas believes the government should be offering more incentives for unemployed Australians to hit the road and help. Aid wants to see the government pay for the fuel costs of volunteers to get to fire-affected regions following the announcement this week that they would be offering special visa benefits to backpayers to help with the rebuild. Kevin Butler is president of Aid. He joins me now live from Kangaroo Island. Before I get into the detail, Kevin, thank you very much for your time tonight. Just broadly, how is the community recovering?
Broadly around Australia, they're doing it tough. I'm at Kangaroo Island right now. I've met some farmers today, and they've got a long road ahead of them. Their livelihoods have been largely destroyed. I was at a vineyard that won't get any sort of remuneration or income for about 3 years because I've got to cut the vines right down to the base level and redo the trellises. Many thousands of sheep, 22,000 were killed. There's not much grass around here. The wildlife seems to have, disappeared. Certainly Kangaroo Island is, look, all places are doing extremely hard after the fires, and Kangaroo Island is certainly up there with it.
Okay, give me the rationale why you want the government to tip in and pay the fuel for people on the dole and others, unemployed people, to head out and help. We know they made an announcement in relation to backpackers. What's the impediment you see with people on the dole helping out?
Yeah, I don't want the government to pay the fuel for young unemployed people to get to the Aid bases because we don't pay the fuel ourselves to get people out. They need to develop credibility and get the skin in the game by actually working with or volunteering with Aid first before we give fuel assistance. And usually it's when they take out a few others or have a car full of people going out to affected farms that we start reimbursing with fuel or filling up their tank. I just think it's a fabulous opportunity for young unemployed people with positive attitudes to change their lives. Most people in Aid say that they got more out of through helping others than what they got out of it, than what the farmers got out of it. And I just think there should be some sort of, promotion towards helping young people get out to Aid bases. Now, I'm just not sure how it can be done because, as I said, we don't put money up front to people coming down.
So let me clarify that. Then I had the wrong information that you were calling on the government to pay for their petrol to get out there. But put that to one side, and we've corrected the record there. I couldn't agree with you more. There was a program called Work for the Dole that could have provided you with a labour force, organisations like Aid with a labour force. Unfortunately, under Malcolm Turnbull, it had a $500 million funding cut. And I don't even think the Work for the Dole program, very famous in the Howard years as well, exists in the same way anymore. But, we've talked about all these backpackers. We've got places on the Shoalhaven area. I used this example the other night, Nowra, with youth unemployment at 23%. Yet we're going to bring in kids from overseas because our own kids are not getting out there and helping with organisations like Aid. So how can we tell someone at home who's got an unemployed person in their life that this is rewarding, that they don't necessarily have to have a lot of experience, they just have to have the enthusiasm?
Yeah, so I don't know how to put enthusiasm into a 17, 18 or 19-year-old, a teenager. What I do know is that once they're out volunteering with Aid, that it does change their lives because of the culture and the camaraderie and just that the concept of giving to others and the skills that they learn, that the people skills, the skills with equipment that we use.
Fencing,
many times.
all of those things.
Pardon?
Fencing and all of those things, they're good skills to have.
Yeah, that's right. There's tens of thousands of kilometres of fencing that needs doing. Many young people who've volunteered with Aid have finished up getting jobs with farmers. Because we've done work all around Australia after floods and fires and droughts and cyclones and so on. So I just think there should be an encouragement for young people to get out, because as you just said before, Peter, we're encouraging backpackers from all over the world, to come and give a hand. There is certainly a massive scope here for our young people to pitch in and give a hand. And I think they've really got to put that step forward. Blaze Aid a lot is a bit like a boot camp. We are up early in the morning at 6 to 6:15. They do get fed very well. They have breakfast. They have morning tea and lunch and afternoon tea and dinner as well. There's no cost when you're at Blaze Aid. But what I do find is that people's demeanour changes a lot. And I think when you start thinking of others and what they've gone through, you start to be very grateful for the life that you have. And it's just far more becoming than sitting around home or hanging around the streets. It's far more productive.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more, Kevin. Good luck with the work you do. Congratulations on the achievements and the contributions of Blaze Aid. It's a terrific organisation. My brother was out there. He's not unemployed. He's employed in finance, but he was out fencing for you guys over the weekend up in and around sort of Ballarat area. So I just think it's terrific, and congratulations. Well done.
It is great. And look, Peter, I'm sorry that I haven't come up with an answer for our young unemployed. I know that we've got to do something, and whatever it is,
hopefully a minister,
we need to do it.
Hopefully a minister, Kevin, or a bureaucrat is watching tonight, and they can come up with the answer for you. Thanks very much for your time.